Okay, so in last lecture we discussed about the logarithmic mean area for the hollow cylinder. So basically the logarithmic mean area, that is we have to find out the area of plane wall in such a way that whatever the heat transfer is takes place through that particular cylinder, same amount of heat should be transferred from the plane wall. म्हणजे आपल्याला काय करायचं आहे, एखाद्या ठिकाणी जर आपण सिलेंडर यूज करत असेल and we have to replace that cylinder by using the plane wall. So we want the calculate the area of that particular plane wall. So for the calculating the area of that particular plane wall, there is a need of the concept logarithmic mean area. So whatever the thickness we are considering for the cylinder and for the plane wall, that thickness should be same. That thickness should be same. ज्यावेळेला thickness same असणार आहे, ज्यावेळेला त्यावेळेला सिलेंडर मधून जेवढी काही हीट ट्रान्सफर होणार आहे तेवढीच हीट ट्रान्सफर कशामधून व्हायला पाहिजे, प्लेन वॉल मधून व्हायला पाहिजे. आणि त्या प्लेन वॉलचा एरिया म्हणजे काय असणार आहे, that is nothing but logarithmic mean area. So we have derived the equation for the cylinder, and what is that equation? Am is equal to AO minus AI divided by ln of AO by AI. What is the equation to calculate the logarithmic mean area for the hollow cylinder? That is Am is equal to AO minus AI divided by ln of AO upon AI. So by using that equation, we have to calculate the logarithmic mean area of that particular cylinder. And similarly, we have to calculate the logarithmic mean radius, that is Rm is equal to R2 minus R1 divided by ln of R2 by R1. So by using that equation, we have to calculate the logarithmic mean radius. So these are the equations. These are the equations for the hollow cylinder. These are the equations for the hollow cylinder. Okay. Similarly, we have calculated the logarithmic mean area for the logarithmic mean area for the hollow sphere. So similarly, whatever the amount of heat transfer through that particular hollow sphere, we have to calculate the same amount of heat transfer through the plane wall. So what is the area of that particular plane wall? We have to calculate by using this logarithmic mean area for the hollow sphere. Means we have to equating the equations of the sphere and plane wall. By using that equations, we have calculated the AM. And what is the equation for the AM for the hollow sphere? That is AM is equal to square root of AO into AI. Square root of AO into AI. AI is nothing but inside surface area of that particular sphere, and AO is nothing but outside surface area of that particular sphere. So by using that equation, AM is equal to square root of AO into AI, we have to calculate the logarithmic mean area. Logarithmic mean area. Similarly, we have to calculate the logarithmic mean radius. Rm is equal to square root of R1 into R2. R1 into R2. समजले का सगळ्यांना? लॉगरिथमिक मेन एरिया म्हणजे जो काही सिलेंडर आहे किंवा जो काही स्पेअर आहे तो आपल्याला रिप्लेस करायचा आहे कशानं, तर प्लेन वॉल म्हणून. तर त्या सिलेंडर मधून किंवा त्या स्पेअर मधून जेवढी काही हीट ट्रान्सफर होत होती तेवढीच हीट ट्रान्सफर कशामधून व्हायला पाहिजे, त्या प्लेन वॉल मधून व्हायला पाहिजे. तर त्यावेळेचा त्या प्लेन वॉलचा एरिया काय आहे तो आपल्याला कॅल्क्युलेट करायचा आहे. दॅट एरिया इज नथिंग बट logarithmic mean area. So after that we have covered one problem which is related to the composite cylinder. Today we have to discuss one problem which is related to the composite sphere. Okay. So all of you write down this problem. This is the second problem and which is related to the sphere or composite sphere. Okay. So write down second problem. All of you write down second problem. Determine the rate of heat flow. Determine the rate of heat flow. The rate of heat flow. Determine the rate of heat flow through a spherical. Determine the rate of heat flow through a spherical boiler. A spherical boiler wall. A spherical boiler wall which is 2 meter in diameter. Determine the rate of heat flow through a spherical boiler wall. Spherical boiler wall which is 2 meter in diameter, which is 2 meter in diameter and 2 centimeter thick steel. 2 meter in diameter and 2 centimeter thick, 2 centimeter thick steel, 2 centimeter thick steel, in bracket K is equal to, in bracket K is equal to 58 watt per meter Kelvin. K is equal to 58 watt per meter Kelvin. 58 watt per meter Kelvin, bracket complete, full stop. The outside surface of boiler wall, the outside surface of boiler wall is covered with, the outside surface of, the outside surface of boiler wall is covered with, is covered with asbestos. The outside surface of boiler wall is covered with, is covered with asbestos, asbestos, in bracket K is equal to, in bracket K is equal to 0.116, 0.116 watt per meter Kelvin. K is equal to 0.116 watt per meter Kelvin, watt per meter Kelvin, bracket complete, is covered with asbestos. In bracket we have to write down the value of K. After that bracket 5 mm thick, 5 mm thick, 5 mm thick, full stop. The temperature of outer surface, the temperature of outer surface, the temperature of outer surface and that of fluid, the temperature of outer surface and that of fluid inside, the temperature of outer surface and that of fluid inside are, fluid inside are 50 degrees Celsius, 50 degrees Celsius and 300 degrees Celsius respectively. 50 degrees Celsius and 300 degrees Celsius respectively, respectively, full stop. Take, take inner film resistance, take inner film resistance as, take inner film resistance as 0.0023, inner film resistance as 0.0023 Kelvin per watt, 0.0023 Kelvin per watt, Kelvin per watt, Kelvin per watt. Okay, so this is the second problem. So what is to be calculated? Determine the rate of heat flow through a spherical boiler wall. म्हणजे आपल्याला rate of heat flow calculate करायचा, means we have to calculate the value of Q. Okay, what is to be given? A spherical boiler wall which is 2 meter in diameter. म्हणजे एक स्पेरिकल बॉयलरची वॉल दिलेली आहे आणि त्या वॉलचा डायमीटर आपल्याला दिलेला आहे 2 मीटर अँड 2 सेंटीमीटर थिक स्टील. आणि त्याच्यामध्ये काय असणार आहे? बॉयलरची वॉल जी आहे हॅव्हिंग डायमीटर इज 2 मीटर अँड आफ्टर दॅट देयर इज अ steel is there and having thickness is 2 centimeter, having thickness is 2 centimeter and the outside surface of boiler wall is covered with asbestos. म्हणजे जी काही वॉल असणार आहे, स्टील वॉल जी असणार आहे बॉयलरची, त्या वॉलच्या वरती काय असणार आहे? देयर इज अ कव्हर ऑफ asbestos and having thickness is given 5 mm. ओके, समजते का? बघा, बॉयलर वॉल जी आहे त्याचा डायमीटर जो आहे तो 2 मीटर असणार आहे अँड थिकनेस जो असणार आहे तो काय असणार आहे? 2 सेंटीमीटर थिकनेस असणार आहे. देन आउटसाइड सरफेस ऑफ बॉयलर वॉल इज कवर्ड विथ asbestos and having thickness is 5 mm and the temperature of outer surface and that of fluid inside, म्हणजे आउटसाइड सरफेसचं टेम्परेचर दिलेलं आहे 50 डिग्री सेल्सिअस and whatever the fluid which is inside the sphere having temperature is 300 degrees Celsius. Okay, and take inner film resistance as, means whatever the fluid which is present at the center of the sphere having film resistance is given, means the resistance which is due to the convection. Fluid मध्ये resistance कशामुळे असते तर convection मुळे असते. So they given the directly the value of inner film resistance, that is R thermal of convection, that value is given, and that value is 0.0023 Kelvin per watt. So by using this given information, first of all we have to draw the diagram, and from that diagram we have to write down the given data, and by using that given data we have to calculate the value of Q. Okay, so how many resistances for this? At the center there is a water, then there is a wall having material is steel, and then there is a insulation. So layer A is nothing but steel layer is there, then layer B is nothing but there is a insulation layer is there, and inside there is a fluid is there. So according to this information we have to draw one diagram, and by using that diagram we have to write down the given things. Okay, so all of you draw this diagram. काय असणार आहे बघा, वॉल जे असणार आहे तो वॉलचा डायमीटर दिलेला आहे R1. So from that diameter we have to calculate the value of R1 radius. Diameter is given 2 meter. So from that we get the radius of that inner wall is 1 meter. म्हणजे जी काय आतली वॉल आहे त्याचा रेडियस किती असणार आहे R1 असणार आहे, आणि R1 is nothing but 1 meter. Okay, then steel wall is given and having thickness is given, that is 2 centimeter. Okay, so R2 is, how to calculate that? R2 is nothing but R1 plus 2 centimeter. We have to convert that 2 centimeter into 2 meter, so 0.02 meter. So from that we get the value of R2. R2 is nothing but radius of that particular steel wall. Inside ची जी रेडियस आहे ती R1 असणार आहे, आणि स्टीलचा जो काही थिकनेस दिलाय तिथली जी रेडियस असणार आहे that radius is nothing but R2. And after that there is a asbestos cover is there, and having thickness is given 5 mm. So how to calculate R3? R3 is nothing but R2 plus that 5 mm. So 5 mm we have to convert into meter, so 0.005. So from that we get the value of R3. Okay, so at the inside whatever the fluid having temperature is given 300 degrees Celsius. So T1 is equal to 300 degrees Celsius, and whatever the outside surface, that is surface number 3, and having temperature is 50 degrees Celsius. So T1 is 300 degrees Celsius and T3 is 50 degrees Celsius. Okay, give the names. Steel layer is there, insulation layer is there. We have to give the names. Steel layer as a layer, and insulation layer as a B layer. Okay, so thermal conductivities are given. Thermal conductivity of steel, that is layer A, so Ka is equal to 58 watt per meter Kelvin, 58 watt per meter Kelvin. And layer B, that is asbestos, and having thermal conductivity is given 0.116. Okay, so insulation layer is nothing but layer B, and layer B having thermal conductivity Kb is equal to 0.116 watt per meter Kelvin. Okay, so all of you draw this diagram, give the notation R1, R2, R3, then T1, T3, then steel is there, insulation is there, and then write down the given. R1 is equal to 2 by 2, that is 1 meter. Then R2 is equal to 1 plus 0.02, that is 1.02 meter. Then K is 58 watt per meter Kelvin, Kb is 0.116 watt per meter Kelvin, and R3 is equal to R2 plus 0.005. So from that we get the value of R3, that is 1.025 meter. Okay, so our aim is to calculate the value of rate of heat flow, means we have to calculate the value of Q. So we know that what is the standard equation for any shape. कुठलाही शेप असला तर आपण कुठलं इक्वेशन यूज करू शकतो, Q is equal to temperature difference divided by summation of thermal resistance. Okay, what is the standard formula to calculate the rate of heat flow for the composite wall is there, or composite sphere is there, or composite cylinder is there. So for that we have to use the standard equation as a Q is equal to temperature difference divided by summation of thermal resistance. So for this composite sphere, what is the temperature difference? Inside temperature is T1 and outside temperature is T3. So what is the temperature difference? T1 minus T3. So in between this T1 and T3, how many resistances are there? So at the inside, the resistance is because of the कन्व्हेक्शन, आतमध्ये फ्लुइड आहे म्हणजे तिथे कशामुळे हीट ट्रान्सफर होणार आहे? बिकॉज ऑफ दी कन्व्हेक्शन. देन लेअर ए, दॅट इज स्टील लेअर इज देअर, then heat transfer is takes place because of the conduction, and then layer B, insulation layer, and heat transfer is takes place because of the conduction. So what is the equation? Q is equal to temperature difference, that is T1 minus T3 divided by whatever the thermal resistance of the fluid, that is thermal resistance for convection, plus thermal resistance of steel plus thermal resistance of the insulation. म्हणजे स्टील मध्ये कशामुळे होणार आहे? कंडक्शन मुळे होणार आहे. इन्सुलेशन मुळे कशामुळे होणार आहे? कंडक्शन मुळे होणार आहे. आणि जे काही फ्लुइड असणार आहे दॅट रेजिस्टन्स इज बिकॉज ऑफ दी कन्व्हेक्शन. सो ऑल ऑफ यू राइट डाउन द इक्वेशन एज ए Q is equal to T1 minus T3 T1 minus T3 T1 minus T3 divided by thermal resistance of convection plus thermal resistance of steel plus thermal resistance of insulation. Thermal resistance of insulation. So all of you put the values into this equation and tell me the answer of Q. तुमचं तुम्ही कॅल्क्युलेट करा आणि मला सांगा काय आन्सर येईल याचं. What is the answer for this? Okay. One another value is given into that question, that inner film resistance as 0.0023 Kelvin per watt. So that inner film resistance means whatever the fluid, and because of that fluid whatever the resistance is produces, that resistance value is given. Means fluid resistance is nothing but resistance due to the convection, and in that equation there is a parameter R thermal convection. So that value is directly given. Which value is given? R thermal convection is equal to what? 0.0023 Kelvin per watt. So all of you write down in the given R thermal convection is equal to 0.0023 Kelvin per watt. ओके, तर आपल्याला कन्व्हेक्शनचा रेजिस्टन्सच डायरेक्ट दिलेला आहे त्यांनी, आर थर्मल कन्व्हेक्शन, अँड दॅट व्हॅल्यू इज गिवन ॲज ए 0.0023 केल्विन पर वॅट. Okay, so now our aim is to calculate the thermal resistance for steel, then thermal resistance for insulation. So how to calculate the thermal resistance for steel? So this is the sphere. So we know that what is the resistance for the sphere. How to calculate the resistance for the sphere? Anyone? What is the equation for that? Anyone tell me the equation for the resistance of sphere? Already we have derived the equations for the sphere, then we have derived the equation for the composite sphere. Can anyone tell me what is the equation for the thermal resistance for the sphere? Unmute yourself and tell me the formula for that thermal resistance for sphere. What is the standard equation? Anyone? What is the formula for thermal resistance of sphere? लिहून घेतले का नाही सगळ्यांनी? What is the formula for thermal resistance of sphere? Anyone? Unmute yourself and tell me the answer for the thermal resistance for the sphere. Thermal resistance for sphere. कुणालाच येत नाही काय? याचा अर्थ कोणच लिहून घेत नाही, कोणाचंच लक्ष नसतंय. Anyone? Thermal resistance for the sphere. What is the equation for thermal resistance for the sphere? कोण सांगताय? कुणालाच येत नाही, कोणच लिहून घेत नाही, कुणाचंच लक्ष नसतं, याचा अर्थ असा आहे. Anyone?
minus R1 divided by 4 pi K R1 R2.
Correct hai. So this is the equation for this sphere, R2 minus R1 divided by 4 pi K R1 R2. So similarly we have to write down the equation for this steel, and we have to write down the equation for the insulation. So how to write this equation for the steel layer is there from 1 to 2. So for that we have to write down the equation for the thermal resistance. So R2 minus R1 divided by 4 pi K into R1 R2. This is the equation for the steel, and similarly we have to write down the equation for the insulation. So for the insulation, what is the boundary? 2 to 3. So R3 minus R2 divided by 4 pi KB into R2 R3. So by using that we have to find out the value of Q. Okay, So put this value into this equation and find out the value of Q. Okay, so what is the standard equation? Q is equal to T1 minus T3. So our thermal convection, that value is directly given, that is 0.0023 plus for layer A, that is still, what is the thermal resistance for the sphere? R2 minus R1 divided by 4 pi Ka into R1 R2. And similarly we have to write down the equation for the layer B, that is insulation. So for that insulation, what is the radius? R3 minus R2 divided by 4 pi, what is the thermal conductivity? That is Kb into R2 R3. Okay, so put these values into this equation and find out the value of Q. So T1 is 300 and T3 is 50. Okay, so we know that value of R2, R1, Ka, Kb. So put the all the values into this equation and find out the value of Q. ओके, कुठलेही इक्वेशन, कुठल्याही शेप साठी जर तुम्हाला क्यू फाइंड आउट करायचा असेल तर सो फॉर दॅट केस वी हॅव टू यूज एज इक्वेशन एज ए क्यू इज इक्वल टू टेम्परेचर डिफरन्स डिवाइडेड बाय समेशन ऑफ रेजिस्टन्स. जरी एक रेजिस्टन्स असला तर तुम्ही एक रेजिस्टन्स घेऊ शकताय, दोन रेजिस्टन्स असतील तर दोन रेजिस्टन्सची ऍडिशन करायची, तीन रेजिस्टन्स असतील तर तीन आता इथे तीन रेजिस्टन्स आहेत, एक कन्व्हेक्शन मुळे दोन कंडक्शन मुळे. सो ऍट द डिनॉमिनेटर देयर आर थ्री टर्म्स because of that resistance. So similarly, whatever may be the shape and whatever may be the resistances, we have to write down the standard equation as a Q is equal to temperature difference divided by summation of thermal resistance. म्हणजे जेवढे काही रेजिस्टन्स असतील त्याची काय करायचे तुम्हाला ऍडिशन करायचे at the denominator. Okay, so all of you put the values into this equation and find out the value of Q. Okay, do the calculation by using the calculator and find out the value of Q. Okay, so by putting this value we get the value of Q, that is Q is equal to 44581 watt. So in kilowatt, what is the answer? 44.581 kilowatt. Okay, answer correct येते का बघा, चेक करा. All of you check that answer is correct or any different answer is there, then tell me that correct answer. Okay, so put that answer in the chat box. All of you do calculation by yourself. Okay, up to this all of you over. Anyone is remaining? Shall I proceed? Improve your writing speed. Okay, so this is the problem which is related to the composite sphere. Composite sphere. So we have to remember how to calculate this. We have to remember the standard equation Q is equal to temperature difference divided by summation of resistance. So whatever may be the resistances are there, whatever may be the shape is there. So according to that, we have to change the equations for the resistances and we have to calculate the value of Q. Value of Q. Okay. Over. Anyone reply me? We have written this part. Shall I proceed? Anyone put that message in the chat box so that I will proceed. Okay, so correct answer is 44.581 kilowatt. Okay, so write down the correct answer. If anyone is remaining, afterwards you have to do your calculation and write down the correct answer. Okay, so write down next point. Write down next point, critical thickness of insulation. write down next point, critical thickness of insulation, critical thickness of insulation, critical thickness of insulation. So before going to critical thickness of insulation, first of all we have to understood what is meant by insulation. What is meant by insulation? So we know that what is the insulation? A material which retards the flow of heat. A material which retards the flow of heat. म्हणजे जिथं कुठे हीट ट्रान्सफर होत असते तिथं आपण काय करतोय, तर इन्सुलेशनचा यूज करतोय. म्हणजे काय करतोय आपण, वी हॅव टू रिटार्ड दी flow of heat. For that we have to use the insulation. Okay, so many pots are there. So for the in that pot we have to using the different insulation, so that there should be no heat transfer is takes place. There should be no heat transfer. So for that we have to use the insulation. म्हणजे जिथं कुठं एखादं भांड आहे ते जर गरम होत असेल आणि आपल्याला जर भाजत असेल तर तिथं काय लावलेलं असते, आपण इन्सुलेशन यूज केलेलं असते. सो व्हॉट इज द पर्पज ऑफ दिस इन्सुलेशन? अ मटेरियल विच रिटार्ड्स द फ्लो ऑफ हीट. अ मटेरियल विच रिटार्ड्स द फ्लो ऑफ हीट विथ reasonable effectiveness is known as insulation. ओके, सो जे काही मटेरियल आहे, जे मटेरियल हीट फ्लो जी होणार आहे त्याला रिटार्ड करणार आहे, दॅट मटेरियल इज नथिंग बट insulation. And what are the purposes of this insulation? It prevents the heat flow from the system to surrounding. Suppose you have to consider one system, so whatever the heat flow from that system to surrounding takes place, for that we have to use the insulation. So because of that insulation, what will happen? It prevents the heat flow, and similarly it prevents the heat flow from the surrounding to system. म्हणजे सराउंडिंग मधली जी काही हीट आहे ती सिस्टीम मध्ये येऊ नये म्हणून आपण काय यूज करणार आहे, इन्सुलेशन यूज करणार आहे. किंवा सिस्टीम मधली हीट सराउंडिंग मध्ये जाऊ नये म्हणून आपण काय करणार आहे, वी हॅव टू यूज दी insulation. We have to use the insulation. So all of you write down insulation. Before going to critical thickness of insulation, first of all you have to understood the concept of insulation. So all of you write down insulation. Write down insulation, a material which retards insulation, a material which retards the flow of heat, a material which retards the flow of heat, a material which retards the flow of heat with reasonable effectiveness, with reasonable effectiveness, with reasonable effectiveness is known as insulation, is known as insulation. Okay, so what is meant by insulation? A material which retards the flow of heat with reasonable effectiveness is known as insulation. Okay, full stop. Then write down next line. Insulation serves the following two purposes. Insulation serves the following two purposes. Insulation serves the following two purposes. Following two purposes. So we have to write down the purposes of the insulation. So first purpose, write down first point. Insulation serves the following two purposes. Write down first purpose. It prevents the heat flow from the system to surrounding. म्हणजे जो काही सिस्टीम कडून सराउंडिंग कडे जो काही हीट फ्लो होणार आहे त्याला प्रिव्हेंट करायचं काम कोण करणार आहे, तर इन्सुलेशन करणार आहे. सो दिस इज द फर्स्ट पर्पज, दॅट इज इट प्रिव्हेंट्स द हीट फ्लो फ्रॉम द सिस्टीम टू सराउंडिंग. Okay, then second purpose, write down second purpose. It prevents the heat flow from the surrounding to system. It prevents the heat flow from the surrounding to system. It prevents the heat flow from the surrounding to system. Okay, So this is the what is meant by insulation and what are the purposes of the insulation. The material which retards the flow of heat, that is nothing but insulation. And what are the purposes? That is it prevents the heat flow from the system to surrounding and vice versa. That is it prevents the heat flow from the surrounding to system. Then we know that what there are different applications where we have to use this insulation in the boiler, or if maybe there are steam pipes. So whatever the heat flow is takes place, we have to retarding the heat flow by using the insulation in air conditioning system. So whatever the cooling effect we gaining, that cooling effect is continuous because of the insulation. Then for the food preserving stores and refrigerator is there, then preservation of liquid gases is there. So these are the some of the applications where we have to use the insulation so that heat flow is retarded. Heat flow is retarded. Okay, so write down the applications. Write down the applications. The fields of applications of insulations are, write down the applications. The fields of application of insulations, the fields of application of insulations are, the fields of application of insulations are, application of insulations are, write down first application, boilers and steam pipes, boilers and steam pipes, boilers and steam pipes. Second, air conditioning systems, air conditioning systems, air conditioning systems, air conditioning systems. Then third, food preserving stores, food preserving stores and a refrigerator, food preserving stores and a refrigerator, food preserving stores and refrigerator. And last application is preservation of liquid gases, preservation of liquid gases, preservation of liquid gases, preservation of liquid gases, preservation of liquid gases. Okay, so this is about the insulation. What is meant by insulation, then what are the purposes of this insulation, and then what are the applications of this insulation. Okay, so after that there is one point, factors affecting the thermal conductivity of insulator. So this is the not so much important point, so only you have to remember this. What are the different factors affecting the thermal conductivity? So what are the different factors? That is, first factor is temperature, then second factor is density, third factor is air pressure, then fourth factor is direction of heat flow, and fifth factor is convection in insulator. So which are the factors which affecting the thermal conductivity of insulator? So temperature. So what is the effect of temperature on the thermal conductivity of insulator? That is, if temperature is increases, then thermal conductivity of that insulator is increases. So this is the statement for the most of the materials. There are some exceptional cases are also there. So what is the effect of temperature? If temperature is increases, then thermal conductivity of insulator is increases. Then what about the density? Actually, there is no relation between the thermal conductivity and density of that particular insulation material. Then what about the air pressure? So if air pressure is decreases, then thermal conductivity also decreases. So this is the relation for the air pressure. Okay, so if pressure is decreases, at the same time what will happen, the thermal conductivity of that insulating material is also decreases. Okay, then what about the direction of heat flow? So there is a no effect of this direction of heat flow on the thermal conductivity of that particular insulator. So for that we have written as a negligible effect of that direction of heat flow on the thermal conductivity of the insulator. Then convection in insulator. So because of convection in insulator, the value of K is increases. So if convection is takes place in that particular insulator, automatically what will happen, the thermal conductivity of that insulator will be increases. So all of you write down this, that is factors affecting thermal conductivity of insulator. So in short we have to write down this. factors affecting thermal conductivity of insulator, factors affecting thermal conductivity of insulator, factors affecting thermal conductivity of insulator. So write down the first factor, temperature. So write down in front of temperature, for most of materials, if temperature is increases, then thermal conductivity also increases. So write down, for most of materials, if temperature is increases, then thermal conductivity also increases. If T is increases, then K is increases. Then write down second factor, that is density. So write down in front of density, no mathematical relation between K and rho, that is density and thermal conductivity. So this is the factor, but there is a no mathematical relation. In sometimes what will happen, if density is increases, then thermal conductivity is increases, in sometime it is decreases. So there no be mathematical relation. So write down the in front of density, that is no mathematical relation between K and density. K and density. Okay. Then write down the third factor, that is air pressure. Okay. If this air pressure is decreases, then thermal conductivity of that insulator is also decreases. So write down third factor, that is air pressure. So in front of air pressure, we have to write down the, if pressure is decreases, then thermal conductivity also decreases. Okay. Then similarly for the direction of heat flow, so because of this direction of heat flow, there is a negligible effect will be arise. So we have to write down the effect as a negligible, direction of heat flow. Direction of heat flow. Okay. And for the convection in insulator, if convection is takes place, and because of that, what will happen? The value of thermal conductivity is increases. So all of you write down these 5 factors which is affecting the thermal conductivity of the insulator. Okay. So these are the factors which are affecting the thermal conductivity of the insulator. Okay. So this is about the insulation, what is meant by insulation, then what are the purposes of the insulation, then what are the applications, and then what is the which are the factors which are affecting the thermal conductivity of the insulator. Okay. So write down the next point, critical thickness of the insulation. Okay. Write down the next point, critical thickness of insulation. Up to this, we have covered the only what is meant by insulation. Now we have to think about the critical thickness of the insulation. Okay, critical thickness of the insulation means we have to considering the any component. If there is a cylinder is there, if there is a sphere is there, and on that cylinder and on that sphere, we have to covered with the insulation. Then what is the effect of that insulation will be takes place? That we have to check by the concept of critical thickness of the insulation. Critical thickness of the insulation. Okay. So the addition of insulation always increases the conductive thermal resistance. आता आपल्याला माहिती आहे की ज्या वेळेला आपण एक लेयर वाढवतोय, सो ऍट दॅट बिकॉज ऑफ दॅट लेयर व्हॉट विल बी हॅपन, दॅट कंडक्शन रेजिस्टन्स विल बी increases. Conduction resistance will be increases. So means what? The addition of insulation always increases the conductive thermal resistance. म्हणजे आपण एक लेयर वाढवला, आपलं समजा सिलेंडर आहे and on that cylinder we have covered with the insulation. So because of that insulation what will happen? The conductive thermal resistance also increases. Okay, but when the total thermal resistance made of conductive thermal resistance and convective thermal resistance, the addition of insulation in some cases may reduce the convection thermal resistance. आता आपण काय केलं, suppose we have to consider one cylinder and on that cylinder we have to covered with the insulation. That cylinder is covered with the insulation. We know that if we are covering with the insulation, then definitely conduction resistance will be increases. But if suppose we have to considering the total resistance, so what is meant by total resistance? If total resistance is nothing but it is the sum of convection resistance and conduction resistance. Okay, if we are considering the total resistance, at that time what will happen? म्हणजे त्या केसमध्ये इन्सुलेशनमुळे कंडक्शन रेजिस्टन्स इन्क्रीज होणार आहे, बट बिकॉज ऑफ दॅट कन्व्हेक्शन रेजिस्टन्स विल बी रिड्युसेस. समजते का? बघा, जो काही सिलेंडर आहे त्याच्यामध्ये जर आपण इन्सुलेशन ऍड केलं तर त्याच्यामुळे आपला कंडक्शन रेजिस्टन्स इन्क्रीज होणार आहे, बट बिकॉज ऑफ दॅट इन्सुलेशन व्हॉट विल हॅपन? कन्व्हेक्शन रेजिस्टन्स विल बी रिड्युसेस. ओके, and as in the case of cylinder and sphere, and the total thermal resistance may actually decreases resulting in increases heat flow. म्हणजे आपण ज्यावेळेला इन्सुलेशन त्याच्यावरती कव्हर करणार आहे त्यावेळेला कंडक्शन रेजिस्टन्स वाढणार आहे, कन्व्हेक्शन रेजिस्टन्स कमी होणार आहे. Okay, so what is the ultimate effect of this? If total resistance is reduces, what they are saying, what scientist is told that if we have to considering the total resistance, that total resistance will be reduces, and if resistance is reduces then automatically heat flow will be increases. समजते बघा, what is the standard equation? Q is equal to temperature difference divided by summation of resistance. If resistance is increases, okay, or resistance is decreases means Q is directly inversely proportional to the resistance, and if resistance is decreases means Q is increases. म्हणजे ज्या वेळेला आपण इन्सुलेशन लावतोय त्यावेळेला कंडक्शन रेजिस्टन्स वाढणार आहे पण कन्व्हेक्शन रेजिस्टन्स कमी होणार आहे, पण हे जर टोटल आपण कन्सिडर केलं तर तो टोटल रेजिस्टन्स कमी होतोय. So because of that heat transfer rate will be increases. Heat transfer rate will be increases. So what is the statement? That it may be shown that thermal resistance actually decreases and then increases. म्हणजे ज्या वेळेला आपण एखाद्या सिलेंडर वरती इन्सुलेशनचं कव्हर देतोय त्यावेळेला काय होतंय तर त्या सिलेंडरचा जो काही रेजिस्टन्स आहे, थर्मल रेजिस्टन्स आहे, तो काय होणार आहे? डिक्रीज होणार आहे पहिल्यांदा. What about the resistance? Resistance of that particular cylinder will be decreases first and then that resistance will be increases. म्हणजे ज्या वेळेला रेजिस्टन्स कमी होणार आहे त्यावेळेला हीट फ्लो काय असणार आहे? मॅक्सिमम असणार आहे, and afterwards what will happen? That resistance will be increases, and if resistance will be increases then what will happen? Automatically the heat transfer rate will be decreases. Means from this we said that the thickness up to which heat flow increases and after which heat flow decreases. म्हणजे जो ज्या थिकनेस पर्यंत हीट फ्लो इन्क्रीज होतोय आणि त्याच्यानंतर हीट फ्लो डिक्रीज होतोय, दॅट थिकनेस इज नथिंग बट क्रिटिकल थिकनेस ऑफ दॅट इन्सुलेशन. समजते बघा, क्रिटिकल थिकनेस ऑफ इन्सुलेशन कधी म्हणायचं? की ज्या वेळेला एखाद्या सिलेंडरला आपण इथपर्यंत थिकनेस म्हणजे त्या इन्सुलेशनचा थिकनेस एवढा पाहिजे की त्या थिकनेस पर्यंत काय होणार आहे? हीट ट्रान्सफर रेट मॅक्सिमम असणार आहे, अँड आफ्टरवर्ड्स द हीट ट्रान्सफर रेट विल बी डिक्रीजेस. दॅट थिकनेस इज नथिंग बट क्रिटिकल थिकनेस ऑफ द इन्सुलेशन. क्रिटिकल थिकनेस ऑफ द इन्सुलेशन. समजले का? बघा, व्हॉट इज मीन बाय क्रिटिकल थिकनेस ऑफ द इन्सुलेशन? The thickness up to which heat flow increases and after which heat flow decreases, that is nothing but critical thickness. म्हणजे इन्सुलेशनचा लेअर एवढा पाहिजे की त्या लेअर पर्यंत, त्या थिकनेस पर्यंत हीट फ्लो इन्क्रीज होणार आहे आणि त्याच्यानंतर हीट फ्लो काय होणार आहे? डिक्रीज होणार आहे. तर तो जो काही थिकनेस आहे, जिथपर्यंत हीट फ्लो वाढतोय तिथून हीट फ्लो डिक्रीज होतोय, तो जो थिकनेस आहे साठी आपण काय म्हणणार आहे, दॅट इज नथिंग बट क्रिटिकल रेडियस ऑफ दॅट इन्सुलेशन, क्रिटिकल रेडियस ऑफ द इन्सुलेशन. समजले का बघा, व्हॉट इज मीन बाय क्रिटिकल थिकनेस ऑफ द इन्सुलेशन. ज्या वेळेला आपण एखाद्या सिलेंडर वरती इन्सुलेशन न कव्हर करतोय तो सिलेंडर, तर त्या इन्सुलेशनचा थिकनेस असा असणार आहे की तिथपर्यंत हीट फ्लो इन्क्रीज होणार आहे आणि त्याच्यानंतर हीट फ्लो डिक्रीज होणार आहे. दॅट थिकनेस इज नथिंग बट क्रिटिकल थिकनेस ऑफ द इन्सुलेशन. ओके, so write down this concept, write down critical thickness of the insulation, critical thickness of insulation, critical thickness of insulation. The addition of insulation, the addition of insulation always increases, the addition of insulation always increases the conductive thermal resistance, the addition of insulation always increases the conductive thermal resistance, conductive thermal resistance, but when the total thermal resistance, but when the total thermal resistance made of, but when the total thermal resistance made of conductive thermal resistance, when the total thermal resistance made of, total thermal resistance made of conductive thermal resistance, conductive thermal resistance in bracket R thermal of conduction, conductive thermal resistance, and convective thermal resistance, convective thermal resistance in bracket R thermal convection, and convective thermal resistance, that is R thermal convection, R thermal convection. The addition of insulation, the addition of insulation, the addition of insulation in some cases, in some cases, addition of insulation in some cases may reduce the convective thermal resistance, in some cases may reduce the convective thermal resistance, convective thermal resistance, convective thermal resistance due to, convective thermal resistance due to increase in surface area, due to increase in surface area, due to increase in surface area, increase in surface area, as in the case of, as in the case of cylinder and sphere, as in the case of cylinder and sphere, as in the case of cylinder and sphere, cylinder and sphere, and the total thermal resistance, and the total thermal resistance may actually decreases, and the total thermal resistance may actually decreases, total thermal resistance may actually decreases, resulting in, actually decreases, resulting in increased heat flow, increased heat flow. म्हणजे थर्मल रेजिस्टन्स ज्या वेळेला कमी होणार आहे त्यावेळेला ऑटोमॅटिकली हीट फ्लो इन्क्रीज होणार आहे, कारण क्यू इज इनव्हर्सली प्रोपोर्शनल टू द रेजिस्टन्स. ओके, actually decreases, resulting in increased heat flow, increased heat flow, increased heat flow. Okay, full stop. Then next para, it may be shown that, it may be shown that, it may be shown that thermal resistance actually decreases, it may be shown that thermal resistance actually decreases, thermal resistance actually decreases and then increases, थर्मल रेजिस्टन्स पहिल्यांदा काय होणार आहे, डिक्रीज होणार आहे आणि त्याच्यानंतर परत तो इन्क्रीज होणार आहे. इट मे बी शोन दॅट द थर्मल रेजिस्टन्स ऍक्च्युअली decreases and then increases and then increases. Okay, and then increases, full stop. So write on the next line actual definition of the critical thickness of insulation. Okay, write on the thickness up to which the thickness up to which the thickness up to which heat flow increases, the thickness up to which heat flow increases, heat flow increases, and after which the thickness up to which heat flow increases and after which heat flow decreases, and after which heat flow decreases, and after which heat flow after which heat flow decreases is termed as is termed as critical thickness, is termed as is termed as critical thickness, critical thickness, critical thickness is termed as critical thickness, critical thickness, full stop. In case of cylinders and sphere, 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 it is called, it is called critical radius, it is called critical radius, it is called critical radius. समजले का बघा, क्रिटिकल थिकनेस कशाला म्हणायचं आहे, तर जो काही सिलेंडरला इन्सुलेशन लावणार आहे त्या इन्सुलेशनचा थिकनेस एवढा असणार आहे की त्या थिकनेसला हीट ट्रान्सफर पहिल्यांदा काय होणार आहे, इन्क्रीज होणार आहे, अँड आफ्टरवर्ड्स हीट ट्रान्सफर रेट विल बी डिक्रीजेस. दॅट थिकनेस ऑफ द इन्सुलेशन इज नथिंग बट क्रिटिकल थिकनेस ऑफ द इन्सुलेशन. म्हणजे त्या थिकनेस, म्हणजे जी काही तेवढा थिकनेस आहे त्या थिकनेस पर्यंत हीट फ्लो काय असणार आहे, मॅक्सिमम असणार आहे, आणि त्याच्यानंतर काय होणार आहे, हीट फ्लो काय होणार आहे, डिक्रीज होणार आहे. सो दॅट थिकनेस इज नथिंग बट क्रिटिकल थिकनेस ऑफ द इन्सुलेशन, क्रिटिकल थिकनेस ऑफ द इन्सुलेशन. समजले का सगळ्यांना बघा, what is meant by critical thickness of the insulation? The thickness up to which heat flow is increases and after which heat flow is decreases, that is nothing but critical thickness. Okay, so for the cylinder and sphere it is called as critical radius, critical radius. Now we have to calculate the critical thickness of insulation for the cylinder. Means we have to calculate the radius of that particular insulation for the cylinder. म्हणजे सिलेंडर साठी आपण काय करणार आहे, क्रिटिकल रेडियस फाइंड आउट करणार आहे. म्हणजे त्या रेडियस इन्सुलेशनच्या तेवढ्या रेडियस पर्यंत काय होणार आहे, हीट फ्लो तुमचा मॅक्झिमम असणार आहे, आणि तिथून जर इन्सुलेशन जर वाढवलं आपण तर काय होणार आहे, तिथून हीट फ्लो काय होणार आहे, डिक्रीज होणार आहे. सो वी हॅव टू solve the derivation for the critical thickness of insulation for the cylinder and critical thickness of insulation for the sphere. Okay, so this is the next point. Right on the next point, A point, you have to give the name as a point, critical thickness of insulation for the cylinder. So for the cylinder we have to calculate the value of critical thickness. What is the equation for the critical thickness or critical radius? क्रिटिकल रेडियसची म्हणजे त्या इन्सुलेशनची किती रेडियस पाहिजे जेणेकरून हीट फ्लो मॅक्झिमम होणार आहे आणि त्याच्यानंतर हीट फ्लो कमी होणार आहे. सो फॉर दॅट वी हॅव टू डिराइव दी डेरिवेशन फॉर दी. So write down this first point, critical thickness of insulation for cylinder, critical thickness of insulation for cylinder. Okay, सगळ्यांनी डायग्राम काढून घ्या फास्ट मध्ये. critical thickness of insulation for cylinder. Okay, so this is the solid cylinder. Solid cylinder is there, and on that cylinder there is a insulation and having thermal conductivity is K. Temperature at the solid cylinder is given T1. Then surrounding temperature is given T air, temperature of surrounding, that is T air. Then solid cylinder having radius is R1. Then insulation having radius is R2. Then afterwards there is a fluid film. So heat transfer coefficient for the fluid film is given, that is HO. Okay. So draw this diagram. So by using this diagram we have to calculate the critical radius of insulation for the cylinder. म्हणजे आपल्याला अशी रेडियस फाइंड आउट करायची आहे की त्या रेडियस पर्यंत हीट ट्रान्सफर रेट तुमचा मॅक्झिमम असणार आहे. सो हॅव टू फाइंड आउट दी रेडियस ऑफ दॅट इन्सुलेशन. त्या इन्सुलेशनचे आपल्याला रेडियस फाइंड आउट करायचे की त्या रेडियस पर्यंतच काय होणार आहे, हीट ट्रान्सफर रेट इन्क्रीज होणार आहे आणि त्याच्यानंतर हीट ट्रान्सफर रेट काय होणार आहे, डिक्रीज होणार आहे. सो वी हॅव टू डिराइव्ह दी इक्वेशन फॉर दी क्रिटिकल रेडियस ऑफ दॅट इन्सुलेशन फॉर दी सिलेंडर. म्हणजे ह्याच्यावरून ह्या कन्स्ट्रक्शन वरून आपल्याला क्रिटिकल रेडियसचे इक्वेशन फाइंड आउट करायचं फॉर दी सिलेंडर. ओके. सो ऑल ऑफ यू ड्रॉ दिस डायग्राम. Okay, so in next lecture we have to see the derivation for this critical thickness of insulation for the cylinder. Okay, so first of all you have to complete this diagram. If diagram is complete, then all of you put your roll numbers in the chat box. Okay, so this is the diagram for this cylinder. Similarly, we have to complete this derivation. After completion of this derivation, we have to see the critical radius of insulation for the sphere also. Okay, so all of you draw this diagram, and if diagram is over, put the roll numbers in the chat box. Okay, so remaining part we have to take in the next lecture. So thank you very much.